We would not be here for today's signing ceremony without the dedicated efforts of the members of Congress who worked so hard to pass the National Defense Authorization Act. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. I also want to thank Representatives Don Bacon, Dan Donovan, and Joe Wilson, who are with us today also. There's another member of Congress here today. She is terrific. Congresswoman Martha McSally.
Okay, 5 members of Congress. There's President Trump thanking 5 members of Congress before signing a new defense bill into law on Monday. He failed to mention the senator for whom the bill is named, John McCain.
This is not the first time Trump has snubbed McCain, a war hero who is currently home in Arizona battling brain cancer.
I mean, he was captured.
And he flew combat missions.
Question, does being captured make you a hero? I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
I would have gotten rid of everything, but as you know, one of our wonderful senators said thumbs down at 2 o'clock in the morning.
President Trump didn't have the opportunity to be captured, of course, because he didn't serve. He also failed to mention that John McCain and the great service he has given to America in his speech yesterday. So you know what? Allie and I will. John McCain is, in fact, a war hero. He's a 3rd-generation military man who graduated from the Naval Academy back in 1958. While flying his 23rd mission in the Vietnam War, McCain's bomber jet was shot down. He was able to eject himself from the plane, but broke both arms and a leg in the process. He landed in a lake wearing 50 pounds of gear and sank to the bottom. He was only able to escape drowning by using his teeth to pull an inflatable life preserver. McCain was pulled out of the lake by a group of people who beat, kicked, and stabbed him multiple times. Only then, he was thrown in a Vietnamese prison without medical attention for days. McCain then survived in solitary confinement for a total of 2 years. He was offered early release but turned it down because he refused to leave until those American prisoners who were jailed before him were released. After that, he was beaten every 2 to 3 hours for days. He survived with even more broken bones and cracked ribs. In all, McCain spent 2,008 days in captivity. That's 5.5 years, when he didn't see his wife and children. A total of 6 years he was without them. The government awarded McCain the Silver Star, the Purple Heart, the Bronze Medal, the Navy Combat Action Ribbon, the Prisoner of War Medal, and many, many, many more honors. He then went on and spent 31 years serving his country as a U.S. Senator. So let us please recap for you, President Trump. Senator John McCain survived being blown out of the sky, sinking to the bottom of a lake, 5.5 years of torture, and is now battling brain cancer. And Mr. Trump, if you wonder about his time in captivity, we invite you to watch him walk. To this day, he walks with a limp, and he cannot raise his arms above his shoulders. He fought and nearly died multiple times for the freedoms we enjoy every day. Here's how he described his time in captivity in his own words at the Republican National Convention in 2008.
I fell in love with my country when I was a prisoner in someone else's. I loved it, not just for the many comforts of life here. I loved it for its decency, for its faith, and the wisdom, justice, and goodness of its people. I was never the same again. I wasn't my own man anymore. I was my country's.
Decency.
I was in the cell in which he was held in Vietnam. To be in it for a minute and to think somebody spent 2 years in captivity, this is not partisan. This has got nothing to do with anything. There are heroes and there are not heroes. John McCain is an American hero. How hard would it have been for the president to read something like you just did? Something to honor a man for whom the bill is named, a man who has given his life, and by the way, as you said, generations of his family have given their lives in service to the United States. This is just not hard to do. John McCain is a man who deserves honor.
If putting country first is what a leader would do, again, that defense bill was named in honor of that war hero, John McCain. And President Trump went far out of his way to simply not say Senator McCain's name.
Yeah.
Stunning.
But he went out of his way to talk about the fake news media. He actually congratulated himself for not using the word and then launched into a diatribe about the fake news. So, whatever. All right. Hey, you could see more money in your paycheck.
Hold
but
on, one more. Thank you so much for your service to this country,
That's
Senator
right.
McCain. We're sorry the president couldn't speak for himself.